Bună ziua, prieteni! Mă bucur să fim împreună astăzi aici la Business Talks, emisiune oferită astăzi de Business Days și LIM, Leadership in International Management. What do you think? Which are the key success factors in becoming a more effective leader?
First of all, I think is a desire to learn. You got to have an interest, and another key success factor, and that's part of self-awareness. And sometimes self-awareness happens just innately. People say, what can I learn about X or Y? Sometimes leaders get motivated to learn a little bit more when they get feedback from their kids or their wife or their direct reports or their boss. So sometimes feedback can be a very effective motivator for learning. I'll tell you a quick story. I've been working with a woman who is a managing director of a pharma company in Hong Kong. And she's always been curious, and I've known her for quite a while now. But she got some feedback from her direct reports that she was very rigid, didn't listen very well. She's very bright. So she would often cut people off, finish their sentences, and was one of those leaders that felt she had to be in control of everything. She was doing micromanaging from the perspective of her direct reports. She was very much into command and control. You do, I tell. And she, because of her brain and her energy, she was able to do an awful lot. But she was getting burnt out, and then she got this feedback from not just one or two, but almost everyone on her team. You are not giving us the space to finish our thoughts, to really think, and therefore we're retreating, we're holding back. Once she saw that, she said, I need to do something. The person who was responsible for learning and development across the region came to her and said, we would offer you a coach. And she then said she'd like to work with me. So we started working on her very serious needs of holding back and listening. Listening is probably the number one leadership skill. There's been some surveys done of the leaders people admire most, and number one characteristic was somebody who will listen. And so she started focusing on how can I hold back and just keep my mouth closed and listen to people. And that was dramatic in itself. And then she started to be interested in shared leadership. And instead of running every meeting, she engaged her team in saying, I can't do it myself. I need some help. I'm getting burnt out. I can't run this business all by myself. And her team jumped in and said, we'll help. So help was a magic word. I think that's another one of the key success factors. Recognizing that you need help, being curious, getting feedback, and then taking an offer and saying thank you. And she started to be much more appreciative. And if you would go to her team now, you wouldn't be able to tell who the team leader was. She's taken that to the next level. She said, not only are we going to do this in the leadership team, share leadership, but I encourage each of you to cascade down into your part of the business the same characteristics, because they had found it so exciting and so engaging to be able to work together rather than to be told what to do. They started to do it themselves. And now the organization is much more effective, much more productive, and their profitability has increased.